Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. You're all welcome. Please sit down. I welcome all of you to Headquarters Nigerian Air Force for this media parley.
To communicate his strategic objectives, accomplishments, and challenges shaping public perception and policy discourse, Chief of the Air Staff Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar held a media parley with selected media executives at Nigerian Air Force headquarters in Abuja. The parley was also part of activities lined up to commemorate NAF's 60th anniversary, provided an opportunity to reminisce over the strides of the past, highlight the gains of today, and highlight the future plans of the Nigerian Air Force under Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar's leadership.
I want to quickly also thank all of you because so far the media has been a very good, a very strategic partner. You have done very well in this role, the strategic role of ensuring the success of our operations. I think we have not had it otherwise because it can go either way, but we have had it, the positive side. So we have every reason to thank you very much, and we are very appreciative of that. And we sincerely look forward to you continuously supporting us in that direction. And as of today, in the past 8 months, we have also had about 8 brand new airplanes, 3 different types, but 8 in total, coming into the inventory of the Nigerian Air Force. In the next 1 year, 1.5 years or so, we also have about another 48 airplanes coming into the inventory. So these are also very exciting times, very important times for the Nigerian Air Force in terms of its growth, development, and transformation. So basically, from a very tactical Air Force, today we are a very formidable Air Force, arguably one of the best on the African continent, one of the biggest also. So we have come a very long way. We have every reason to celebrate. We have every reason to be happy at 60. When you look at how we have transformed from being very basic to what we have now, which is really a very formidable force, able to carry out the complete gamut of air operations. So hitherto some capabilities that we did not have, like intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. We have had that recently. We have a lot of platforms that are capable of doing that. Also in the area of unmanned aerial vehicles, that is a recent capability we have also acquired, and it's making a lot of difference in the conduct of our operations. So the Air Force is now very balanced, very formidable, and very capable. Also now strategic in outlook.
The Air Chief also provided insight into ongoing and upcoming projects that aim at enhancing Nigerian Air Force operational effectiveness.
Also help in tactical airlift and logistics movement and other liaison flights. So we had 2 of that. Then we got the T-129 attack helicopters from the Turkish aerospace industries. It's a total of 6 that the federal government has procured for the Nigerian Air Force, but 2 have arrived the country. The other 2 we're expecting June, July. So perhaps that will even increase the number within the 1 year that we are talking about, if those 2 eventually come by June. So that is also an airplane that is optimized for ground attack. We have deployed the 2 of them in the Niger Delta, where they have made very significant impact in curtailing oil thefts and pipeline vandalization. So just in the past 1 year, those are the ones that have come into the inventory. But in terms of overall acquisition, it's far more than that, because when the airplane is not something you go and buy off the shelf. It's not just sitting there. But the federal government has already made payments, and concrete contracts have been signed for example, for the acquisition of another type of attack helicopter, the AH-1 Zulu from the US, and 12 of them are coming into the inventory. They will start coming in this year. We also have firm contracts for the procurement of 12 light attack helicopters. Also, that's the Augusta Westland 109 Trekker. As a matter of fact, the first one of those is also in the country. It's been assembled. It's waiting for test flights. That's why we don't say it's already in the inventory, but started arriving in the country. So that's 12 also. Then we have and those are firmed, arrangements. The money has been paid, contracts have been signed, so they are coming into the inventory. Then we have also the M346. For those of us that are familiar with the Alpha Jets, the Alpha Jets operated in Liberia, Sierra Leone. All our external operations, they have been here from the first golden era. So now the airplanes are old, they're getting tired, and then we can't get spares for them, we can't get armaments for them. So they need to retire. And that was why we had to look for a suitable replacement. Regarding the leadership of these terrorist groups, like the Bello Turjis and the Dogo Gides and the rest of them, one of our strategies in the Northwest in these anti-banditry operations is specifically leadership decapitation, which means that we are specifically targeting these, leaders, these, so to speak, ringleaders of these banditry syndicates. And if you have followed through some of the operations that we have been carrying out, you see that they are targeted specifically where we have intelligence that these guys are. So we have done we have carried out a lot of operations, in line with this leadership decapitation strategy. And we have been lucky in a lot of instances to eliminate a lot of their leaders down the line. But these, big ones the names are very popular somehow, we have not been, I don't know if to call it luck or we have not been able to eliminate those ones. But it's just a matter of time. Say again?
So they are using a Siri for it.
No, eventually we'll get them. Eventually. They have just been lucky. Sometimes from the human intelligence on ground, you see by the time we just carry out the strike, they might be there, but somehow they manage to escape, or they just leave the place before the strike happens somehow. So they have been lucky, in a couple of occasions to escape, but it's just a matter of time. There is no hiding place. We are going to feed them out. We are going to get them out. But down the line, there are a lot of the probably, let me call them middle cadre leadership that we have taken out, and a couple of the high-level ones also. But these very popular ones have been lucky thus far. But I'm sure their luck will so run out. Against insurgency, banditry is a completely different kind of warfare. It's the kind of warfare where your adversary, they are Nigerians, they are embedded within the population. It's not like the conventional warfare where you just, load your airplanes with bombs and just go and drop it. Whoever is there is an adversary. Now, the adversary is embedded within the population. And the same media has reported several in the past where we have, had, drop bombs maybe mistakenly, and there were civilian casualties. So we are very, very careful not to do that. We don't want even one innocent Nigerian to be killed because we are fighting bandits and terrorists. So it makes the operation very complicated and very difficult, not like the normal conventional operations. So the operations we have now are largely intelligence driven. So we do a lot of intelligence, we do a lot of follow-up, and ideally, we should be doing only precision strikes in order to completely avoid collateral damage, but that is not possible. So, and that is why a lot of measures are put in place, targeting cycles, intelligence cycles, a lot of ISR, intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance, a lot of data collection and analysis before we hit a target, just to make sure that innocent people don't suffer. And that's why it's difficult. So you need to appreciate that we can bomb the whole of Sambisa forest in one day and make sure that nobody lives there, but it's not possible because of the challenges I just mentioned. Likewise, all the other theaters of operation, there are just too many innocent people embedded, sometimes not out of their free will, but forced to stay with all this. So you understand the complexities, and that's why it's something that has to be deliberate and it takes time, but eventually we'll overcome those challenges. Now, there is very good synergy between all the services. When I say very good, I mean very good synergy, and it's reflected in the successes that we have, in the various status of operations. There is the major roles, for example, for the Nigerian Air Force, or some of the major roles are designed to support surface forces. So if there is no synergy between Nigerian Air Force and surface forces, there can't be any significant impact in our operations. And you agree with me that we have had, very good impacts in recent times. So, for example, close air support, tactical air lifts, airdrop operations, all those operations are conducted. Even ISR now, it has to be done in conjunction with the movement and fire of surface forces. So it's something that you can't run away from. It's something that is integral, intrinsic to the nature of operations that we are doing, that you must synergize, you must cooperate for it to have any meaningful impact. If you don't do that, there is no way any single service can conduct any operation and have meaningful impact, especially the kinds of operations that we do now.
At the end of the interactive session, the Air Chief took us round, especially to the most important gallery at the Nigerian Air Force headquarters.
Such as past courses attended, previous appointments held, and as well as hobbies which include flying airplanes, reading, reflecting, and keeping fit. This is your go-to screen. Also, we have some pictures of chief of the air staff and his decoration, and as well as recent activities he has attended in this capacity. Thank you very much. Please. You cannot extol the virtues of the Nigerian Air Force without knowledge of its rich history. The idea of establishing an Air Force for Nigeria was first mooted in 1961, following the nation's participation in peacekeeping operations in Congo and Tanzania, where the Nigerian Army had no air transport of its own and had to rely on air transport from foreign Air Forces aircraft to and from the theaters of operation. For further details, the chronology of events of the Nigerian Air Force have been Communication Information System Branch, the Administration Branch, Standard Evaluation Branch, Air Secretary. So next year we have the colors who have served the Nigerian Air Force in different capacities. 6 commands, which are Tactical Air Command with headquarters in force. The uniforms on display are arranged according to the designated order of uniform fittings of the Nigerian Air Force. The number 1 dress is the ceremonial dress, which is worn for ceremonies and parade. Number 2 dress. So here on this plan operations in support of joint campaigns. Thank you very much. A unique display in the Hall of Fame is a record of the Nigerian Civil War, which was fought from 1967 to 1970. Local trainings, the Nigerian Air Force has 5 major focus, which covers flight training, technical training, ground training, tri-service training institution. The Nigerian Air Force. In this light, the Nigerian Air Force Officers' Wives Association plays a vital role in ensuring and supporting the well-being of Nigerian Air Force families. The Nigerian Air Force civil military cooperation activities is its continuous implementation of its corporate social responsibilities through medical outreaches, feeding programs in IDP camps.
Various strategic initiatives aimed at optimizing force structure, enhancing operational capabilities, and improving personnel were discussed during the media parley. The significance of the media parley is to foster trust and credibility, essential for maintaining public confidence in Nigerian Air Force operations. Olayemi Eson, for Spy TV.